Greetings, I'm Barrett and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Today we're continuing our playthrough of Arkham Horror, the living card game. Now we're only doing the single scenario Carnevale of Horror. We've made it through a little bit of the game and we're continuing on. This playthrough was all shot in one sitting, so if there are any corrections, I'm not going to be able to make them because we already have passed that point. I'm excited to continue this playthrough. Are our investigators going to be able to take down the Carnevale of Horror? If so, then I need you to meet me at the table. So we're going to go ahead and start with Mark. He's going to discard that card to gain 1 to his fight. So now he has 7 against 4. So he only needs a 3 or better. Hopefully we can get this guy. Let's do it. I got a 0. Perfect. So I hit him. He's going to be able to use that machete then, since I hit him, to do the +1 damage. So we've done 2 damage to this monster because he's the only one engaged with Mark. Now we're going to go ahead and do that again, but this time I'm not going to discard any cards. We're just going to do a straight fight action here, and hopefully we can get him. Let's see what we got. We got -2, which 6 minus 2 is 4. That's enough. He has gone ahead and beat this guy. This person only had 4 health, so he has taken him down, and he's worth 1 victory point. So again, if we were playing this as a campaign type situation, we'd be gaining these experience points. And also, I can count out my victory points at the end and see how I did. So I'm going to put that right there next to our card here so that we can count our victory points at the end. That's his second action. He's got 1 more action. Now I think he's going to go ahead and move. He's going to move right over to Canal side, and he has to take 1 horror. So he's taken his second horror. We have to find a way to heal this horror off him because he's going to die from horror, and that's going to be absolutely terrible. And now that he's here, when he enters this location, he's going to have to test his willpower 2. And also, I need to go ahead and read Canal sides. Let's read this first. It says, canals course through the city's many islands lined with gondola and other boats. The redolence of the festival clashes with the pungent odor of the water. Here, the music of the Carnival is faded, replaced by the sound of gentle sloshing against the docks and canal walls. All right, here we are in Venice. Venice. All right, let's see what it says. Oh, it's got a 2 shroud, but only 1 clue. That's not too bad. After you enter canal side, place 1 clue on canal side from the token bank. Oh, so there's 2 there now. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, so we have 2 clues at this location, and also we have to go ahead and test our willpower and see if we're going to be good enough to not have to take any damage. Now, he only has a 3 willpower at this point, so we're going to go ahead and draw and see what we get. We got a skull. That's -2, so 3 minus 2 is 1. He failed. He's going to have to take either a damage or a horror, I believe. Let's see what it says. It says that he is going to have to either take 1 damage and 1 horror or resolve the hunter keyword on each enemy. Well, there's no other enemies in play, so with the hunter keyword, so he can't do that. So we're going to have to take a damage and a horror. That was terrible. So again, Mark is going to be taking a horror and a damage. Wow, this guy's just getting wrecked. I got to save him. He needs to draw a card because of his power. And he found evidence fast. Play after you defeat a monster. Discover 1 clue at your location. All right, that's not too bad. Now, the problem is I know both these characters have healing in their deck. We have to find some fast for him. All right, we're going to go ahead and move into her turn. She's going to move over here. She's going to have to draw to see if she takes a damage and a horror. She's got lots of willpower, so hopefully this isn't going to go too bad. She has found -3. She's totally fine because she's got 6 right now. So 6 minus 3 is 3, and this only has a test of 2. Now, I do have to take 1 horror for leaving the Bridge of Dreams. We're going to have to do that. But now, of course, we are here. I think I'm going to spend my clue token that I have that I found on the Bridge of Dreams. I know it's Bridge of Sighs, but I like the Bridge of Dreams. And we're going to go ahead and grab this masked carnival goer and see what happens. So we're doing our second action to flip this guy over. Oh, it's another evil dude. What's this? And he's got 2. Oh, I take 2 damage. Oh, they both are going to take 2 sanity. Oh, that's going to be absolutely terrible. All right, retaliate. Salvatore Nerdus fight value is equal to the attacking investigator's base fight, and Salvatore's never invade value is equal to the evading of the investigator's base evade. Okay. All right, that's actually not too bad because she's going to be really good. Now, he's, of course, attached to her, which is terrible, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and go like that, and we're going to see what happens to our brave investigators here. He's already gone, so he's done, and that was her third turn, so she is also done. Wow, I haven't found any of these innocents. I just found these evil guys. So she's going to take 1 for moving off of that one thing. I'm just going to put it here on this charm. And she also takes 2 more from that guy, that evil man. All right, so she's taken a total of 3 horror. And now we have to do the same thing for our other guy. Now Mark's going to have to take 2 horror, and if he does that, he dies. We are out of the game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend my 1 resource to go ahead and play my dodge, which when an enemy attacks an investigator at your location, cancel that attack. I am going to cancel that attack. That is out of control. I'm not going to take any damage from that. So he didn't take any damage from the actual combat of that evil man. We're going to move into our next part, which is going to be the monster's attacking phase. Now, before we end our phase and move into the monster phase, I want to go ahead and use this card. I want to look at her deck. She's got healing in here that can heal anybody. So hopefully it's this card. Let's see what it is. Arcane Initiate. Forced. After Arcane Initiate enters play, place 1 Doom on it. I can exhaust the Initiate to search the top 3 cards of your deck for a spell card and draw it. Shuffle your deck. Okay, I can keep this on top, or I can go ahead and put this on the bottom. I think I will keep it on top. I know it's not healing, but still I can search 3 cards for a spell. At least I can see what's coming up, right? That would be too bad. All right, we're going to go ahead and put that, and then shuffle my deck. Hopefully, I don't think I have a healing spell. All right, we're going to be okay. She's going to go ahead and unexhaust now because at this point, it's not unexhausting yet. We have to go into the monster phase. And this monster, look at him. He's going to do 2 more horror to her because she's engaged with him. She's going to take 2 more, going to 3, which isn't the end of the world. She's got 8. Plus, she's got a lot of other places she can put horror if she needs to. Now, after that's done, we're going to go ahead and move into our upkeep phase. So we're going to reset our actions, ready all our unexhausted cards, and we're going to get a resource and draw a card. Now, we already know what it is, so I'm just going to put it right over there. And we're going to move over to Mark. He's going to gain a resource and a card as well. So Mark is back up to 2 resources, and let's see what card he gets. We found first aid. This is perfect. Use 3 supplies. If first aid has no supplies discarded, spend 1 supply to heal a damage or horror from an investigator at your location. Well, guess who that's going to be? It's going to be this guy. All right, so we're going to put that there. It's going to cost him all his resources, but that's okay. He can pretty much remove all 3 of that horror. That's going to be awesome. So now we're moving into the Mythos phase. We're going to gain another Doom token, and we're going to draw a card for Mark. Let's see what he found. He has found a Carnevale Sentinel. What is this? He is 3/3/3 humanoid cultist. Location across from you. Oh, so he's not going to be at this location. That's fine. You cannot look at the other side of the masked carnival goer if Carnevale Sentinel's location using that ability from Act 1A. Uninvited guests are not welcome. This is true. So we have to put him on the opposite side of this card. And of course, the opposite side is San Marco Basilica here. San Marco Basilica. That's awesome. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. And now we have to draw a card from our other investigator as well. And she has found a pole man. Oh, and he's at Canal Side. Oh, no, he's at Canal Side. Guess where we are? We're at Canal Side. So this guy's here. Oh, that's terrible. He's got 4 fight, 4 health, and 2 agility. So we could maybe dodge him. Most innocent controlled. Oh, there. Well, that's her. So she's got 2 people engaged with her. Oh, that's absolutely terrible. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this guy right down here with her. So not only does he have him, but he also has this guy as well. So she's going to deal with 2 characters here. Oh, man, this is something else. So we're going to go ahead and choose her to go first this time. And I think it's time we're going to start using some shriveling. This spell's awesome. I know I have 5 charges on this, and I can spend 1 charge to fight. And the attacker uses willpower instead of combat. I know I've probably been calling this fight skill, and deals +1 damage. If I gain any of these symbols during the attack, I take 1 horror. Okay, it's not going to be too bad. So we're going to go ahead and pay 1 charge off of shriveling to do that. We're going to reach into our bag, and we're going to attack this guy with it. Now, his fight value is equal to the attacker investigator's base fight skill. Hers is 3. My willpower is 6. So I've got +3 on this guy. Let's see how we do. We got a 0, so we hit him. So we did 2 damage with that shriveling card. So he's taken 2. Now we're going to go ahead and do that again. We're going to spend another charge off of that. So we only have 3 charges left in our shriveling card. But we're going to go ahead and take this guy down. Come on, let's do it. We got a skull. Oh no, well that's only -2. It's -2 and +1 for each additional innocent. We don't have any innocents under the agenda deck, so it's only -2, so we have killed this guy. Oh my goodness, this guy's terrible. We have taken him out. He's worth 1 victory point. We're going to put him up here. Now, I'm still engaged with him, and I've got 1 more action left to do. So I'm going to go ahead and play my card here. I've got this one. It's my Blinding Light. Evade. This evasion attempt uses willpower instead of evasion. If you succeed, deal 1 damage to the enemy you just evaded. If any of those happen, during the evasion attempt, you lose 1 action this turn. That's totally fine because I'm out of actions. So we're going to pay 2 resources to do that, but I think it's going to be okay. I can deal 1 damage to this guy, and I think Mark might be able to take him out from then on. So we're going to pay 2. He's got a 2, and I've got a 6, which is, again, awesome. Oh, all this is paying off right now. All right, let's see how we do. We got +1. Wow, that's amazing. I drew the super token out of here almost. All right, so we've evaded him, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to exhaust him at that location. She's also done at this location. Also, when she moved there, I should have put a clue token, because after you enter Canal Side, place 1 clue at Canal Side from the token bank. So I forgot to do that. So we're going to put that there. We're going to move into his turn, and he's going to do some awesome stuff. And by awesome stuff, I mean he's going to pay 2 to put out his first aid because we need this out here desperately. And we're going to put 3 supplies on it. And then I think for his next 2 actions, he's just going to remove 2 supplies and heal 2 horror from him. So he has used all 3 of his actions to put this out and then heal 2 of his horror. That's really all he could do. I need to get that horror off there because if any more happens, he could die really quick. So now before we move into our next part of our phases, I'm going to go ahead and use her. And this time I'm going to look at the encounter deck because now that we got some healing, I'm okay with what we're doing. So let's see what we find in the encounter deck. We have found, oh, that's that miasma again. Wow, I could take a doom and put this on the bottom, right? Is that how this works? Because that miasma is pretty bad for him. He takes the damage. Add 1 doom to Alyssa and place this looked card at the bottom of its deck. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and take a doom and put it on her card. Now that counts for the amount of doom that is out on the board. And I'm going to put this at the bottom of the deck, so I'm not going to see this. So that's the end of his turn, and we're going to put 1 damage on this guy for when I evaded him because of our card. And that's the end of both of our characters' turns. We're going to go into our turn card here, and it says that enemies with Hunter keyword move. Well, they can't move because he is exhausted. Then they engage enemies if they're able to. He can't. He's exhausted. So now we're going to reset our action tokens, and now we're going to go ahead and unexhaust all our cards, which means this guy's right here, but he's not engaged with anybody because I was able to evade him. Now Mark's going to go ahead and grab a resource and draw a card. He has found, oh, Vicious Blow. This is perfect. This is exactly what I need to take this guy out in 1 shot. If this skill test succeeds during an attack, the attack deals +1 damage. Oh, that's awesome. That is exactly perfect. Wow, perfect cards at perfect times. We're going to go ahead and gain a resource for her. She also gets a card. She got Clarity of Mind. It's a spell with 3 charges. Spend 1 charge. Oh, to heal horror from an investigator at your location. Oh, wish I would have got this last time. From the unreal, lead me to the real. From the darkness, lead me to the light. From the dead, lead me to the immortal. Oh, that's awesome. All right, and it costs 2 to put out. We might actually put that out so that I can actually keep healing people. That's not too bad. Now, you can have up to 2 cards with this symbol out on the board at any time. So she's already got Shriveling, so if I put this out there, I wouldn't be able to play any other ones for a while. All right, not too bad. I think we're good. Now I have to move into the Mythos phase. I'm going to put another token here. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 because we count the 1 on our character. And now Mark is going to take, oh no, it's going to be our other character. Our shaman is going to take the first card. And she has found, what's this? Lost in Venice. You must either take 2 horror or move to the location across from you? Really? Well, that's pretty terrible. I don't think I want to move. Well, we'll have to take a look and see if that's worth it. Directly across from us is the Basilica, and that would take me right here with this Sentinel, who's got 3/3/3, and we also got a masked Carnival goer. But to get back to him, I would have to go all the way around this to get back to our character, which I don't think is going to be the greatest idea. I think we're going to take the 2 horror because we've got all the rest of the cards over on this side, nothing over on this side, and there's 3 clues at that location that we could potentially get. So she's going to take 1, and I'm going to give 1 to Alyssa as well, because she can take up to 3. If she takes her 3rd one, she'll be dead, and I'll have to remove her from my board here. But that's okay. She's got 4. She can only take 4 more. But again, also, I've got this Clarity of Mind coming out, so I will be able to start healing horror as well. Plus, we have first aid there as well. So we're going to go ahead and discard that. I've taken the 2 horror so I don't run away. Now it's Mark's turn. Mark has found, another withering appendage. All right, not too bad. He's engaged with it, which is kind of bad because I wanted him to actually take out this guy. But he could probably do both. He's really good at fighting. So we're probably going to take out both those guys, and she can concentrate on those clues. So we're going to go ahead and use our machete again to hit this guy. He's got 2, and I've got 6. So let's see how this goes. We got a skull, which again is only -2, so we have done 2 damage to this guy. He is dead. We're going to discard him right there. That's his first action. Now his second action is going to be to hit this guy, so he's going to go ahead and take him on as well. Now before we go and attack that guy, I'm going to go ahead and spend this. I've got this card in my hand. It's called In Evidence. I can play after you defeat an enemy to discover a clue at your location, and there's 3 of them there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one of those clues after defeating our, what is it, that unexpected thing, that was it, withering appendage. We took out a withering appendage. All right, so he's now going to go ahead and take on that other guy. Now we're going to go ahead and take out our poleman. Are you ready to go down, poleman? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to engage with him. The reason I have to engage with him is because of my machete here. It says if the attacked enemy is the only one engaged with you, attack deals +1 damage. Now, if I'm not engaged with him, I don't get the +1 damage. I'm also going to use vicious blow, which is going to give me +1 to my fight skill, or my combat skill, sorry. And if this is successful, I am able to deal 1 more damage. So if I can get this guy, that's going to be 3 damage, which is going to be enough to take him down. So we're going to go ahead and mix up our bag here and try to take this guy out in 1 shot. Let's see how we do. Oh, we got, what is this? This is probably pretty terrible. -3 if you fail, deal 1 damage or horror to the nearest innocent. Oh, that's terrible. All right, so I have to figure this out here. I've got 5, 6, 7. -3 is 4. That's enough. All right. Wow. My math is awesome. So we did 3 damage to him. 1 for our combat, 1 from the machete, and 1 from our vicious blow card. So we've been able to take this guy out. That was awesome. So we're going to go ahead and put him, where's he go? Is he in the discard pile? Yeah, he goes in the discard pile. Wow, he's pretty tough. All right. We're going to go ahead, flip over his token. He is done. We're going to move into her turn, and I think she's going to be a clue gathering machine here. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put out that clarity of mind. We're going to put this out. It's going to cost us 2, and we get 4 charges on it because we have enough to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get our special power. It gives us 1 extra thing for anything that gives us a charge. Now, that's our second spell. Like I said, we can't have any more of those out. Okay, we're going to go ahead and see what I can do about gaining those clues. Now we're going to move into our second action. I'm going to grab both of these clues, and I've got a plan. I'm going to use Alyssa's power here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to exhaust her to be able to look at the top card of this event deck. The reason I'm looking at it is I've got a plan. We're going to go ahead and see, it's a Carnevale Sentinel. And it's going to spawn at the location across from you. Oh my gosh, that's 2 in that same location then. Well, okay. And I could gain a Doom to put it on the bottom, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to put it there. So we've exhausted her, but that's okay. Now I've got this awesome card that I picked up. It's that Drawn to the Flame. We're going to go ahead and be able to draw the top card of the encounter deck, then discover 2 clues at your location. So I'm going to gain both those clues, and that Sentinel's going to draw. It says down here, we live on a placid island of ignorance in the midst of the black seas of infinity, and it was not meant that we should voyage far. That's awesome. All right, we're going to go ahead and play this card, which means I'm going to gain both these clue tokens after I draw this card, which is now going to be down there with the other one in San Marco Basilica. Now, after collecting both those clues, we're going to continue on. Having used 2 actions, I have 1 left. We're going to go ahead and move. We're going to move with her down to the streets of Venice. We got to keep moving here because otherwise we're going to run out of time. All right, it says here, the parade of masked followers is circuitous route through the city, through canal side walkways, and over more bridges than you can count. Streamers and confetti litter the streets where the parade has already passed. All right, let's see what we found here. The streets of Venice is connected to all those locations. Move to the location in the clockwise direction. Oh, so it's not an action to move. I can just automatically move. That's really cool. The streets of Venice is sweet. Now, of course, there's 2 shroud and 2 clues here, but I don't think we're going to have to worry about clues anymore because, well, we have 3 in our possession already. So we're going to put our 2 clues here. We're going to turn over her standee. She is done, and now we're going to be moving into the rest of these turns. The enemy phase is next. We don't have any enemies. We're going to reset our cards, and we're going to unexhaust any cards that we have used. He doesn't have any unexhausted cards, but he's going to go ahead and gain a resource and a card. He has picked up Teamwork. Investigators at your location may give or trade any number of item assets, ally assets, or resources amongst one another. Oh, that'll be really good. I have a plan for that. Let's see if it works out. We're going to go ahead and unexhaust her, and we're going to gain a resource and a card. Let's see what we got. We have got Hypnotic Gaze. Fast. Play when an enemy attacks an investigator at your location. Cancel the attack. Then reveal a random token from the Chaos Bag. If it has one of those, deal the attacking enemy's damage to itself. Oh, wow, that's really good. All right, but it costs 3. Oh my gosh, I don't have 3. All right, that's okay. We're going to go ahead and see what we can do. Now, of course, with that trade card, I could trade the Holy Rosary on Alyssa if I wanted to. Now, sadly, I put a horror on the Holy Rosary. Now I kind of wish I didn't, because they would have gave him 2 extra horror if I could have traded that Rosary up to me. That would have been really good. With that done, we're going to move into our Mythos phase. It's at 7 right now. 7 horror. So next turn, it's going to flip. We're going to go ahead and give this to Mark. He has got Chaos in Water. It's a hazard test for agility. Oh, none of our guys have 4 agility. Each investigator who controls an innocent must also perform the skill test. Each investigator who fails takes 1 damage, which must be assigned to an innocent if able. Oh no, that's terrible. All right, well, Mark has to do this test first, which is going to be absolutely terrible. He's going to go ahead and shake his little bag up here and roll. He's got nothing that can help him, I don't think. Let me take a look. He has a few cards that can help him, but taking 1 damage isn't the end of the world, and he doesn't have any innocence with him. So he has got -4. Wow, I don't think anything could have saved him from that. All right, so he's going to take 1 damage. So he's going to go ahead and take 1 damage, not the end of the world. I get a card for it. We have got Beat Cop. Oh, this guy's really good. I get +1 combat, and I can discard this guy to deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location. This guy's really good. Not to mention he's got a horror he can soak up. Not too bad. Now, of course, it does take me 4 to do that, so it's going to be a while. So she's also going to have to deal with this test, and this is going to be bad news because she only has a 3 agility, and this is a 4 test. I don't see how she's going to get this. Well, there's a +1. Come on, +1. Oh, I got the +1. Wow, what luck that was. All right, fantastic. I got a 4. I passed the test. I was really afraid to put more damage on our innocent. That's awesome. I don't have to worry about it, but she does have to draw a card. So she's also going to have to draw one of these cards, and I've kind of been drawing them wrong sometimes. It's not who goes first, it's in player order. And in player order is always the lead investigator drawing first, so at all times he should be drawing the encounter cards first. I think I did that wrong a couple times. All right, she found, oh my God, she found the same card. All right, let's see if we can pull that +1 again. Well, let's see what she does. She's going to go ahead and see if she's able to make it. She's going to need a +1 out of here. Let's see what she got. Oh, she got a 0. So she failed. That means I'm going to have to give, what, a horror or a damage? Let's hear. Each investigator who fails takes 1 damage, which must be assigned to an innocent if available. So our innocent is going to take 1 damage. So our innocent is holding on for dear life. She has taken 1 damage and 1 horror. So we're going to go ahead and start with her this time. I'll tell you, if I draw another one of those cards that sends this guy across the board, I might just do that because he can start taking out those Carnival Sentinels and maybe she can start running this way. But sadly, I didn't get that. She gets to do 3 actions. The first action she's going to do is, of course, she's going to use one of her tokens. She's going to use one of her clue tokens to see what this masked character is. Please be an innocent. Yes, it's another innocent. Okay, we need to try to get this person by parlaying, and I've got a 2-3. I think I've got a 3 intellect. Yes, I do, because of Alyssa. So I'm going to go ahead and reach to my bag. I need to get a 0 or a 1 or something. I don't know what we need. We need something. We need not that. We need not that. That's -4. All right, so I'm still at a 3, and this character needs a 2 to convince her. Oh my gosh. Do I have anything that can help? No, I do not. We're just going to have to hope for the best here. Shake the bag up again and grab another token. Wow, -6. I didn't even know it went that low. All right, even though I put it all in the bag. So she is done. She has failed. That's too bad. He's going to move over here, and he's probably going to have to try to do about the same thing. He's got some cards that can help him get this character. I think he's going to use one of his, Unexpected Courage cards. That'll be what he uses. He's going to use his Unexpected Courage, or maybe he might damage himself. He's got 1 first aid left. He could damage himself, gain a card, and get +2 to that skill check. Let's go take a look. So there's one big problem here. If I damage him, I have failed to take advantage, look at this card. If Mark has 5 or more damage on him, flip him. He has 5, so I have to flip this card, which means, what is it now? You get -1 to each of your skills. Oh, that's terrible. If Mark Herring has 4 or less damage, flip him. All right, so he moved. I'm going to heal him with my first aid skill, discarding that, bringing it back to 4, which means I can flip him back over. Now I only have 1 left, and I don't want to damage him because otherwise he's going to have to flip her again. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Unexpected Courage to gain +2 to my, intellect skill. So I have 4. Now let's see if I can convince that innocent to join us. I'm going to reach into my bag here and see what we get. We got a 0. So we didn't have to use the card, but that's okay. We were able to convince the innocent to join us on our little quest here. We're gonna protect you, man. All right, so that's the end of his action. We're gonna flip his card, which means we're gonna go ahead and move our hunters, but there aren't any out there. We're also gonna attack anybody. We're not gonna attack anybody. So we're gonna move into our turn, which means we're gonna go into the upkeep phase, which means we're gonna go ahead, flip our character cards, take a resource and gain a card. Let's gain a card and a resource here for him. We're gonna go, oh, we got emergency cash. That's perfect. I can put out a lot of these really awesome cards. Now he also gains one resource as well. This is gonna be perfect for him. And now we're gonna see what we can do for our other investigator. Now I also again forgot to use Alyssa, but we're gonna go ahead and use her because I've been failing to realize, I forgot there's different player windows that I could be using, and I actually could have been using her card at times that I said I couldn't. I can use her during our player window during the beginning phase of the upkeep phase. So that's when I'm going to use her, so she can go ahead and look at the top card of any deck and see if we want to keep it there or put a Doom token on. Let's go ahead and look at this card again because this is terrible. Abduction. If you fail, you must either lose all of your resources or choose an ally or asset you control. Now this is going to be our lead investigator's card that he's going to draw on. I'm okay with that. If he loses 2 resources, it's not the end of the world. Now we're going to go ahead and unexhaust all our cards, gain a resource, and we're also going to be able to draw a card. I keep forgetting about the player windows that we have in this game. We've got Arcane Studies. Okay, this will be okay. I'm going to go ahead and put that with our cards. It means I can gain some intellect or willpower by spending some of my resources. Now it's time for our sad mythos phase. We're going to put a Doom here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and Alyssa's got a Doom on her, so that's 8. We have to go ahead and flip this card. Let's see what happens. What is this? Baleful Revealer? Oh my gosh. He has 10 health. Spawn the nearest location with no investigators counterclockwise from the lead investigator. He hunts and retaliates forced. After the Baleful moves from the hunter keyword, reveal a random token from the chaos bag. If the revealer any of those symbols, resolve its hunter keyword again. Wow, oh my gosh. Okay, so I was not expecting that. I was expecting more story, but instead we found a real bad guy. So that means he is going to spawn at the closest place counterclockwise from the lead investigator, which is going to be right here. And now we have to go ahead and read our next agenda. We've got Shadow of the Eclipse. The clamor and celebration of the Carnevale has for the most part drowned out the terrors you've seen in the city until now. The sun vanishes behind the moon and darkness overtakes the sky. There's a solitary cry and the sound of crashing water. Within moments, screams erupt throughout the city, and yet somehow you see the revelers still celebrating with wide, crazed smiles. All right, and look, we only have 3 Doom before we advance this one. Oh, this is going to be bad news. All right, let's see what we're going to do now. And what we're going to do is continue the badness. We're going to go ahead and draw a card for Mark. We already know what it is. It's the abducting one. If you fail, you must either lose all of your resources or choose and discard an ally asset. Now I'm going to go ahead and discard this card. I don't think I'm going to put this person out. And I'm going to give him that extra bonus. So he's got a 4. Now when it comes to his intellect, he starts with a 3. Now he's got a 4. Let's shake up our bag. Hopefully that helped. And he's able to succeed here. Nope, he is not. He got -2. I have to keep remembering there's a lot of skulls in this bag. So he's going to have to lose all of his resources. He had 2 resources, so now he's lost them all. He has no resources, but it's okay. He does have the emergency cache, so he can at least get some back. Now, let's see what our other investigator has found. Oh, she found another Carnival Sentinel. Okay, that's okay. He's going to be going somewhere we don't even need to be. So directly across from us is going to be this location. So I'm going to go ahead and put him right there. That's totally fine. I don't have to worry about him. And now we get to move into our turn. I forgot to flip her card over. There we go. I think we're going to go ahead and start with Mark this time. He's going to go ahead and move first. He's going to move down here because I can move right here and move for free right here. Move. I don't even have to do anything. I don't have to spend an action to move. Now I have 2 clues left, and there's 3 people left, so maybe I need to get one more clue. Well, we'll see. Maybe this will be an okay place to find a clue. Maybe we'll find all our innocence and we don't have to worry about it. All right, we're going to be going to, what's this? The Venetian Gardens. It says, the parade's path meanders away from the canals and winds through a beautiful garden. Moonlit streams through the leaves, dappling the ancient marble statues. Let's see what's here. Oh, 3 shroud and 2 clues. Venetian Garden is connected to the location in a clockwise direction. Spend 2 resources to heal 2 horror. Wow, that's really good. I can only do it once per game. Well, he might do that right now. All right, he's right here. We have to put 2 clues on this location, and I could heal 2 horror right now. Well, he only has 1 horror, so that's not going to be the best thing for him, but it will really help her out. He's going to go ahead and spend one of his clues to look at this card. This is his first action. The move card was for free. And he has found, oh no, he did not find the other person. He's aloof. That means I have to engage him myself. All right, let's see here. When you look at him using the ability in Act 1A, flip her to this side. When the Mythos phase ends, place 1 doom on her. Oh no, if I don't actually take her out, she's going to start gaining doom. That's terrible. Now, she's not engaged with anybody because she's aloof. So I have to engage with her if I actually want to take her out. And that's probably what I'm going to have to do. So I'm going to go ahead and spend my second action to engage with her. That's totally fine. And now my next action, I think I'm going to try to take her out. Now I've got my machete, of course, so I get +1 to my attack skill. So I've got a 6 attack, and this person's got a 3, and I can deal 1 extra damage here. So let's see how we do. I got a 0. That's awesome. All right, so we did 2 damage to that character, which isn't too bad. That's a good start. We're going to put that right here. Now that's the end of his turn. He moved for free, used his action to search for her, used an action to actually engage her, and now did 1 damage. Or sorry, 2 damage. Now it's going to be her turn. She's going to move down here for free, just like he did. And now I think she might actually take a shot at him. She's going to go ahead and use her shriveling. She's going to attack with this spell and use one of its charges. It's down to 2 to go ahead and try to take this character out. Let's see how she does. She has got a -2, but that's okay because she has a 6 and this person has a 3, so it does another 2 damage. And this character is dead, and I gained a victory. Wow, how about that? I'm pouring in the victory here. That's the end of his turn's already done. She still has 2 more actions she can do, and I think she's going to take advantage of this to spend 2 resources to heal 2. Oh, I have to spend 2 resources. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't like spending resources to do that. Instead, I think she's going to use her Clarity of Mind. She's going to use 2 actions to use Clarity of Mind. She's going to go ahead and heal 1 of her horror, and then she's actually going to heal horror from an investigator of my location. I'm going to go ahead and heal 1 from Mark as well. There we go. That was a pretty good turn, I think. We did some healing, and we actually took care of another area of the game. That's going to go ahead and end her turn. We're going to move into the rest of the phases now, which I think is going to mean that Hunter's going to start moving. If we look at our card, each investigator, the enemies with the Hunter keyword move toward the investigator. Okay, so this guy's going to move over here. Now, we have to draw a token out of this bag, and if it's anything with a symbol, we're in big trouble here. So let's see what we got. We found a 0, so he does not perform his Hunter keyword again. He stays right there. That actually helps us out quite a bit. Now we're going to go ahead, flip our tokens over, and get a resource and draw some cards. And during the player window of our upkeep phase, I'm going to go ahead and use her ability to look at the top card of that encounter deck again. I always like to know what this is. It is, oh no, another Pullman's going to come out, which means that Hunter's going to chase right after us. I don't know if I'm going to have enough to be able to take this guy out and continue moving, but we're going to keep it on top. I'm not too worried about it. I think we can take him out. We're going to go ahead now and unexhaust our cards, gain a resource, and gain a card. Let's see what we got. We have Moonlit Ritual. Remove all doom from 1 card you control. Oh, that's awesome. So I can put a doom on that card and then get rid of all the doom from it eventually. Now, the problem is I don't want this thing to start. I'm going to have to do it right away because I don't want it to advance the deck of the agenda deck. That'd be bad news. All right, that's a really good card to get. Mark is also going to gain a resource and a card. Let's see what he found. Oh, he found evidence fast after you defeat an enemy. Oh, I can get him. This would be perfect. That's actually a good time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, you have exactly 8. 3, 6, 8. I got to start using my cards. And one of them I could have done during my upkeep phases. I could have probably just played that right now, but I didn't. Oh, well. We're going to go ahead and move into our next turn. Oh, what am I thinking? I actually have to use an action to go ahead and play these cards. Now we're going to have to go into our Mythos phase, putting a Doom here. Now that means we have 2, and this needs 3, because Alyssa has still 1 honor, which means we might have to take that off for this turn. We have already found our Pullman. That is going to go on to Mark. He is now engaged with a Pullman. That's not the end of the world. We could probably take that guy down. And let's see what happens to our other character. Mass Hysteria. Before you either take 2 damage or take the mass carnival goers, mix them up, and put them out. Oh no, this is bad news. Shuffle them so that the investigators do not know which ones they are, and start at the starting location where I am. Go in clockwise order. Well, actually, it's not too bad. There's only 2 left, so we can do that. The only two that are left are right here. So we're just going to shuffle these up a little bit. Actually, it really doesn't even matter. We're going to put them right back down. And that should be the way that card resolves. All right, and we're going to probably be moving into our phase now. That wasn't too bad of a Mythos phase in theory. Now there's good news here because I apparently can't read. It says right here, spawn at Canal Side, and he is a hunter. He's actually going to be spawned right up here. And he's going to chase us down, but he starts up there. So there isn't anybody here, which actually is going to save our lives. We're going to go ahead and do our actions now. So I'm going to go ahead and have her go first. She's going to use a move action to move down here. Then she's going to go ahead and spend her clue token to go ahead and look here. The reason I'm having her do this first is if it is something bad, I can have him come down and attack. Otherwise, I might have a different plan for him. Let's see how this goes. All right, we found the last innocent. Perfect. All right. Oh my gosh, she's right here. All right, we need to go ahead and get her. But first, I do have to read this card. I forgot to. It says the statue's eyes seem to glow with the light of the moon. All right, let's see what it says. The Guardian is connected to all locations. After you enter the Guardian, draw a card. Wow. All right, so she gets to draw a card. Let's see what she got. We got another shriveling. Oh my goodness, it's perfect because we're almost out of the shriveling. All right, we're going to go ahead and put that in our cards. That's amazing. So she moved. She went here. Now she has one action she can do left. And what she's going to do is she's going to play this card, the Moonlight Ritual. I'll remove all doom from one card I control. I have to do that. I have to remove Alyssa's doom. Otherwise, we're going to advance the next agenda card this turn. And I don't want that to happen. We got to deal these guys down here before a lot of bad things happen. So that's the end of her turn. She moved. She revealed this, and she also went ahead and used her card. Now we're going to go to Mark's turn. Mark has 8 cards. I don't want him to lose any of these cards, so I'm going to play this card to gain my 3 resources. I don't know if I'm really going to use them all right now, but it's good to have room for me to be able to draw cards because I'm going to be entering that place that allows me to draw a card. So I'm kicking those. I actually might play a card because if I'm going to draw one, that means I'm going to get another one. So let's see what card we should play. What I'm going to do with him is I'm actually going to play my Beat Cop. That's going to be my ally I'm going to put out. The reason I'm going to do that is because he can actually soak up at least 1 horror from him, and I have a feeling he's going to have a tendency to die from horror, which is going to be pretty bad. Now with his next action, he's going to move. So he's played 2 cards, and he's going to move. Moving into that square is going to, or the Guardian, I should say, is going to make him draw a card, so I'm just going to do it here. And we have found, I found a flashlight. Well, we're going to be discarding that pretty quick, but that's okay. I can use it to help me try to convince those characters to come with me. So he moved down here, and I already drew the card. That's the last action he has. He's going to go right there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to move our hunters. So this hunter is going to move here. This hunter is going to move here. And now I have to draw a token out of the bag. And if I get that, any symbol, this guy's going to come flying down. Oh no, here's the symbol. We got a symbol. Let's see what it says. He's going to come, the symbol resolves the hunter keyword again. So he's going to come running down, and he's going to go ahead and engage us. That's terrible. All right, so he is engaged with Mark. And now our engaged enemies are going to go ahead and attack. And he's going to do 2 health and 2 horror to Mark. But I've got a plan. It's not going to happen. Check this out. I've got this card in my hand. It is Hypnotic Gaze. It's a spell. Fast. Play when an enemy attacks an investigator at your location. Cancel the attack. So the attack does not happen. Now I draw a token from the bag, and now we want to see the symbols. We don't want to see numbers. We want to see symbols. Come on, symbol. Oh, we got a number. That's too bad. If I'd have drawn a symbol, he would have done 2 damage to himself, which would have been awesome. But that card does cost me all of my resources. I have taken all my resources to play that card, but I think it was worth it. It saved him from taking 4 damage, which is probably going to save his life. Now that the enemies have gone, we're going to go ahead and flip our cards over. We're also going to go ahead and use Alyssa's power. I can do that. I can use Alyssa's power. We're going to go ahead and look at the event deck and see what we found. We have found, oh no, this is really, really bad. And that means he's going to have to take this. That's going to be bad. He's going to have to lose a lot of movement to try to get back here. Either take 2 horror or move to a location across from you. Oh my gosh, but I can take a doom to put this on the bottom. I think he's going to take 2 horror instead. And I can heal it right off him. I think we're going to be okay. I'm going to go ahead and keep that up there. It's a terrible card, but there's not much I can do. I need to get right back down here. I'm 1 area away from getting all the innocents back where they need to be. So he's going to go ahead and gain a resource, and he's going to get a card. Let's see what he has found. Oh, another teamwork card, which is cool because it's got a wild symbol. So we can use that to help anybody we want in the square, which is going to be really good. Plus, I can also give out allies. I can also give out resources. And I can also give out assets that are items. So I could also give him the machete if I wanted to, but I don't think she's going to be using a machete. She's going to go ahead and gain an asset, and we're going to unexhaust Alyssa, but I've already done that. We're going to draw a card, and she got, oh, another Moonlight Ritual. Wow, that's awesome. I can remove 1 Doom from a card you control. That's really good. Wow, I didn't know that I had 2 of those. All right, so I could actually use her again. That's going to be pretty good. All right, we have to move into our Mythos phase. Now, we already know what this is. He's going to take 2 Horror, but let's see what she's going to do. She's going to go ahead. Chaos in the Water. Each investigator you control take... Oh my goodness, this is the one with the boots again. Oh no, we're going to go resolve both of these. So the first thing, he's going to take 1 horror and he's going to take another horror. He's going to take 2 horror from our, what is it, Lost in Venice card, which is a terrible card. That's a barf card. All right, and then we got Chaos in the Water. He has to test this. So does she. So I'm just going to go ahead and test him up here first. If he has to get 4, he's only got 3. He needs the +1 or nothing here. There's no way this is going to happen. All right. Oh my goodness, we got a real bad one. It says what? -3 if you fail, deal 1 damage or 1 horror to the nearest innocent. Oh no, that's terrible. All right, let's see what this one does. This one takes 1 damage. All right, so we're going to go ahead and give this person a horror, and it's going to give it 1 damage. Oh, that's terrible. All right, that was the worst pull ever. All right, we're going to go ahead and discard this card, and now we have to go ahead and perform this for our other characters. So now before we perform the test, I'm going to go ahead and use this. This is going to give me +1. So I now have 4. And our teamwork card we're going to use. I'm not going to use it for what I'm supposed to use it. I'm going to use it for that. So I'm going to gain +1 from that since I'm in the same place as he is. So my foot skill, my agility is now a 5. We're going to go ahead and see if that helps to try to get past this test of 4. Now remember, there's a lot of those skulls in there which are -2. Oh, we got a 0. That's awesome. All right, so nothing happens. She does not take any damage. This guy doesn't take any damage. Our innocent, because our innocent would die if it took any damage. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and move into our turn. So we're going to go ahead and attack with our machete and our beat cop. He gets +2 to his tax combat skill. We're going to have Mark go first and see what he can do, this guy. Hopefully he can do some pretty good damage. He's got to hit a lot here. All right, so we're over him by 3 because we got 5, 6, 7. He's only got a 4. Let's see what we got. We've got a -1. That's okay. That's a hit for 2 damage. Let's see what else we can do here. We can keep on going. We got another -1, so that's 2 more damage. All right, let's see what we get. 1 more attack here. We got, almost pulled out 2. We got +1. All right, wow, we totally rocked this guy. All right, we did 6 damage to him right off the start. That's really good. Now he has 10 total health. That's not too bad. 6 is a good start in order to try to take this guy down. Now let's see what she can do. That's the end. That's 3 actions for him just to do all that. She's going to go ahead and use her last 2 shriveling spells. She's got 2 left that she's going to fire at this guy. So she has a 5, 6 on her in willpower versus his 4. So she gets +2 on him. So let's see how we do. We got a hooded dude. What's that? It says, reveal another token. If you fail the test, draw the top card of the encounter deck. Oh, that's going to be absolutely terrible. All right, don't fail me now. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, come on, something good. Let's see here. We got -1. Oh, we didn't fail. So we're going to go ahead and put both those back in there. That's one of the charges. We got 1 charge left. We're going to fire it off here. Let's see how we do. Come on, we need to do well. Do I want to add anything to this? Oh, maybe I could. I could add something if I want. Nope, we're just going to go. 0. Oh, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, we did so good. All right, so we did 4 more damage to him. That's enough to kill him. We did 10 total damage. Now I have to discard this because I don't have any more charges on it. And we're going to go ahead and use 1 more action with her. We're going to kill this guy. And look, 2 more victory. Whoa, we're on the victory train. All right. Woo woo, victory train. She's got 1 more. I think she's just going to try to see if she can get these people to join her. I think that's going to be her plan. Let's see if there's something I can do about that. There is. I'm going to go ahead and use this card. I'm going to grab the intellect off it. I don't need it. I don't think. We're going to go ahead and shake this up. I got a 3, and they got, wow, -4. Well, this is the best time to get -4 because it would have been a lot worse if I got it just a little while ago. And she's all done with her actions. Not in the world. I think we did pretty good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and move our hunter keyword enemies. This one's going to move down here. It's not with us yet. It's up here. So we're getting pretty close, though. I don't know. We'll have to try to figure out what to do about that guy. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and flip our guys because we don't have any engaged enemies. And we're going to go ahead and draw an asset and gain some cards. Now in our upkeep phase, we're going to go ahead and use this. I know I should be doing this actually before I flip the cards to show that we have actions, but since I'm just over there filming, we're just going to, that's what I'm doing. So we're going to go ahead and look at that encounter deck again and see what it is. It's really bad. There's not much I can really do about that. What is this? Mesmerize. If there are no masked carnival goers at your location, mesmerize, gain surge. If there's a masked carnival goer at your location, flip it. If it is an innocent, move it to the farthest location clockwise from you with no investigators. Then deal it 1 damage and 1 horror. Not gonna happen. This I have to put at the bottom. I have to put this at the bottom, and I'm gonna have to get a doom onto her, which is going to advance our agenda deck. Oh, putrid. Now Mark's gonna go ahead and gain a resource, and he's also gonna gain a card. He gets, emergency first aid. Choose an investigator at your location. Heal 2 damage from that investigator or from an ally asset he or she controls. Oh, that's really good. I'm probably gonna be using that right now. All right, so we have 3, 6, 7, we have 8 cards. All right, that's not too bad. We have 8 cards. All right, now we have to also get our resource and our card for our other character as well. So she's going to gain a resource and a card. Let's see what she got. She got another Arcane Initiate. After an Arcane Initiate, place a Doom on it. Look for a spell. Well, I've got a really good spell, so I'm not too worried about spells at this point. It's about the only spell left in the deck I even need. All right, she's good to go. We're going to move into the Mythos phase. So now we're going to move into the Mythos phase, and there's already 3. There's 1, 2, and 1 on Alyssa, so there is 3, but from what I understand, you don't advance this agenda deck unless something tells you to, until you get to the check Doom threshold. So the first thing I do is I place a Doom on the agenda. Now we're going to check the threshold. There is more than 3 Doom out on the board, so you remove all the Doom from the actual agenda and you advance it. If I'm wrong about that, please let me know, but I believe that's how this works. So we're going to see what our next card is. And thank goodness not another huge giant monster. It says a sacrifice to be made. The shadow of the eclipse is unrelenting. Throughout the city, a dull chant overtakes the screaming and the chaos. Its language ancient and morbid. Tentacles course through the canals from the south, weaving beneath bridges and trapping entire islands within their grasp. If there are 1 or more masked carnival goers in play, the lead investigator chooses 1 and flips it to the other side. If its other side is an innocent, place it underneath the agenda deck. Oh, barf. If there's still masked carnival goers in play, flip the agenda back over to 2A. Otherwise, advance to 3A. All right, we do have 2 out there, so I am going to go ahead and we're going to deal with this. All right, so we have to flip over any masked carnival goers, and this is the only one. It's right here along with all these other guys. Oh my gosh, look at this guy. He's got 5 health. All right, he's a hunter as well. While resolving the hunter keyword, if Severo Corvia, his location is connected to the location across from him as well as the clockwise direction. Oh man, all right. So there are 3 guys here. Oh my gosh, there are 3 guys here. Now this guy's catching up to us. We might spend a turn just hanging out, depending on what the next agenda is, because we have to go to the next agenda. Because according to this, it does say, if there is still a masked carnival goer in play, flip the agenda back to the agenda 2. Well, there aren't any, so now I have to advance to agenda 3A. So we have to move on to agenda 3A. And it says, in the lagoon, an ancient terror stirs. The creature's tentacles coil around the city, and the water level begins to rise. As if in response, the chanting you hear throughout the city grows louder. Forced. After a withering appendage enters play, place 2 Doom on it. Oh, that's going to be almost an auto move for this thing. All right, so this is, I've got 3 Doom left. Wow. And look at this. There's still 3 act cards here. Oh, yuck. Now, Mark's going to go ahead and take an encounter card. Now, the funny thing is, there aren't a lot of encounter cards left, so that one I put at the bottom. We need to get these guys to safety pretty quick here. We found, this mass hysteria. You must either take 2 damage or take each mass carnival goer, shuffle them into them so investigators do not know which is which, and place 1 in each location, starting with location clockwise from you. I don't have any mass carnival goers in there, so I must either take 2 damage or take each. Can't I just take the mass carnival goers? I'm not sure. I think it says you must either. Oh, you must either. Okay, I think that means I have to take 2 damage. Ugh, yuck. All right, let's see what happens to her. Oh, she's lost in Venice. Oh, she has to take 2 horror because I'm not moving all the way across the board. That's going to be terrible. All right, so he took 2 damage. She took 2 horror. At least those are stats they have a lot of. So he's going to go ahead and take 2 damage, which I could put up here on my True Grit card. Let's go ahead and do that. That means that she doesn't flip, even though I think, I've totally forgot to flip her back over. She's supposed to be on this side. That's my fault. She's supposed to be like that. So she doesn't flip. He's just going to take the 2 damage up there. And she's going to have to take 2 horror. I'm going to take 1 for her, and I'm going to kill off Alyssa Graham. I don't think I need her anymore. She's giving me 1 intellect. That's fantastic. But I'm done finding clues. At least I hope I am. And I believe that also kills off the Doom on her card. If I'm wrong, please let me know. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've actually dealt with that kind of mechanic. So I'm going to go ahead and discard this card. Like I said, I'm going to get rid of all this, and I believe I get rid of the Doom. If I don't, well, then I guess I got an extra turn. All right, we're going to go ahead and move into her turn, I think, and see what she can do. She's got some pretty cool things she can do. One, she's going to go ahead and take one of these resources by exhausting the forbidden knowledge and taking a horror. That's just fine. She's going to grab one horror for that, and then she's going to spend all 3 of these as her second action to go ahead and put out that shriveling card again. The card is so good. We're going to go ahead and put our 4 charges on it. That's 3, and it gets 2 more because of her special power. So it's at a total of 5. Next I'm going to go ahead, oh, I totally forgot I should have used Alyssa before I killed her, but oh well. We're going to go ahead, I think we're going to use this Clarity of Mind to heal 1 horror off of her because she's had 4. That's pretty bad. We're going to heal 1 horror from her. That's not too bad, and I think that's the end of her turn. I know I didn't do anything on the board, but that's okay. I have a plan. So for his turn, he is going to pay 2 resources to go ahead and play Emergency First Aid. Choose an investigator at your location. Heal 2 damage from that investigator or from an ally asset he controls. I'm going to go ahead and remove it from our other character because she only has 6 total health, and she's down to 4. He's got 4 on him, but he's also got 1 up here. He's got 1 up here, or 2 up here. So he's got some extra places to put some health. That's great. Now, of course, if he does take 1 more, this flips and he gets negative $1 skills, which is going to be absolutely terrible. But that's okay. With my next action, we're going to go ahead and try to parlay her. I'm going to go ahead and use my evidence card for the 2 intellect to help with this skill check. We're going to go ahead and mix it up and see if we were able to parlay them to join us. Come on, join the fun. Oh, what's that? Negative. Oh, reveal another token. And if I fail, I have to draw an encounter card. That's going to be a very, very bad thing. -2. I think we're okay. He's got a base value of 2, but I gained 2, so that's 4. -2 is we have succeeded. Oh my goodness, thank goodness. All right, we're going to go ahead and put this with him. He's got all the innocence now. Those are both of our turns. We're both done, which means this person is going to run down here and engage with somebody. I'll have him engage with him. Why not? All right. Maybe I can have him engage with her. Well, we're good. We'll be engaged here. No, I don't like him getting the negatives. We're going to go ahead and engage here. That's fine. I got a plan. She can totally destroy this guy, and he'll run down here and kill everybody else. It'll be awesome. We're then going to go ahead and unflip our cards, gain an asset, and gain a resource. Oh, this guy is also a hunter. Oh, no, not that one. I've got him in here. Here he is. He's right here. He's a hunter. He's over here. He is going to have to move clockwise, or he could move across, but he has to hunt. So he has to follow me. He can't come this way, though. He can't go counterclockwise. He has to go clockwise. So he's going to go over to the flooded square over there. So the only 2 characters we have to deal with are these 2 at this location, which isn't going to be too bad. I think I might be able to take them out. We'll find out. It'll be a fun little adventure. Now he's going to go ahead and gain a resource, and he's going to gain a card. What do you find? Oh no, he found his basic weakness, flaw, permanent. You start each game with 2 fewer resources. Oh, barf. I didn't even know this was a permanent card. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and take all his resources away. Next time he draws a resource, he won't be able to get one. I didn't know that was, I put it in there. Each start of each game. Well, first time he actually knew he was indebted to somebody. So I'm going to go ahead and discard this, though it should have happened at the beginning of the game. So lesson learned, even though it tells you to take a random weakness, make sure you check what it is because some are permanent. Moving over to our other investigator, she's also going to gain a resource and a card. And she got another Lissagram. Well, I don't need you now, but that's okay. I guess it's okay. Maybe I might, I don't have 4 resources. Maybe I can put her out and be kind of nice. So we're going to move into the Mythos phase, and we're going to go ahead and put a Doom on our agenda and draw our first one. Now, this is going to be for Mark. He has found the Watcher's Gaze. Oh, fantastic. Revelation, test 4 willpower. Each investigator who controls an innocent must also perform the skill test. Each investigator who fails takes 1 horror, which must be assigned to an innocent if able. Oh, that's fantastic. All right, so that's his. We're going to go ahead and take care of that. We're also going to draw 1 more. And we have found... oh, Mesmerize. This is that one we put on the bottom last time. Revelation. If there are no masked carnival goers at your location, Mesmerize gains Surge. If there is a masked carnival goer at your location, flip it. If it is an innocent, move it to the farthest location clockwise from you with no investigators. Then deal it 1 damage and 1 horror. All right, there are none there, so we're going to go ahead and have to surge this one. So I'm just going to put that there. Let's see what we found. We have found... oh, Withering Appendage. Awesome. It's going to go right on our guys. After Withering Appendage attacks, You discard a random card from your hand. When Withering Appendage is defeated, if the boss is in play, deal 1 damage to the boss. All right, so that is awesome. We have to go take care of all these cards. So he's going to have to deal with this first. He needs to get 4 willpower, and he only has a 3, and I don't think I have anything I can really help him with. I could give him this Initiate. I don't think I'm going to put this on the board. That'll give him +1. I guess that's not too bad. Now he's got a 4. What's the worst that could happen? He gets a -6. All right, let's see what he got. He got a 0. Oh, that was perfect. Wow, that actually worked out really well. So he didn't take any damage from this. That's amazing. All right, so but now we do have to do it for our other character as well. And she's sitting on a 6. She has a 6 intellect. She should be, or not intellect, sorry, willpower. She should be okay. Let's see if that goes. Oh, she got -2 plus -1 for each innocent under the agenda. There are none under the agenda, so she is okay as well. This card goes away. Nothing has happened. Now we have to go ahead and attach this to our character here. Now I did do something wrong and I want to make sure we correct this. This goes here, but this card right here does say pray most innocents controlled, and that's actually Mark. So Mark is actually supposed to have that. And on top of that, I actually forgot to fight with this thing. So here's the order. It was supposed to move with the hunter keyword and engage the person, and then it was supposed to attack. So this person should have actually gotten, the Pullman should have actually attacked Mark. So we're gonna have to go take a wound and a horror. So he's going to end up taking 1 health and 1 horror. And I'm just going to give the health to him and he'll take the horror. That's fine. Now, of course, he does have his card. After damage is placed on a card you control, draw a card. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I drew, oh, Vicious Blow. This is a perfect time to get this card. If this skill test succeeds during an attack, that attack deals +1 damage. So now I can deal up to 3 damage to an engaged enemy. Also, during our upkeep phase, I forgot to ready our cards, and I didn't take a horror damage. I should have taken a horror hit when we made our attack, because I drew this token out of the bag when I was casting Shriveling in the last round. So she should have taken 1 horror because of that. Now, after we make that quick correction, we are going to stop right here. We're going to be moving into the next area. We're going to bring our innocents to where they need to be. I'm having a blast bringing this playthrough to you. I hope you enjoyed it as well. If so, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell symbol so you know when our next video is coming out for this playthrough. Also, please feel free to leave anything in the comments below. I would love to hear from everyone. Are you excited to see if our 2 investigators can make it through the Carnevale of Horror? If so, then I need you to meet me at the table.